Hi Pisces, welcome to your July 2018 tarot reading. We have a Celtic cross spread in front of us. That's normally a 10 card spread, but you did get a few extra cards that came out. And then we also have one oracle card that we'll read at the end to tie everything together. But let's start going through the cards one by one. In the main situation position, you got two cards. We have the Death card and we have the Eight of Wands. So the Death card is the major arcana card for Scorpio. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, possibly a lot of communication between you and a Scorpio. If it's not referring to the sign in particular, though, this could actually just be saying that you've received communication about an ending, or you're communicating to someone that you are bringing about an ending. And the reason why I say that is in the challenge or obstacle position, we have the Five of Pentacles. So whether it's you communicating an ending to someone or vice versa, someone's feeling left out in the cold. That's the most frequently used description for this card. Really what this is it's basically Saturn energy mixing with Venus. So anyone who knows, if you have a Saturn transit to your Venus, it's usually a very difficult transit to go through. Could be difficulties in relationships or even financial difficulty with this card. So could be that the ending has you feeling this way, or like I said, if you're the one that ended something, then the person you ended it with might feel this way, or you might just be communicating to someone that you're currently feeling this way. In the position of the foundation, you got two cards there as well. You have the Lovers and you have the King of Wands. The Lovers is the major arcana card for Gemini, so for some of you, you were dealing with a Gemini. King of Wands card is the card for Leo, so others of you, you could have been dealing with a Leo. This could even be referring to a timeline. Maybe during the time of Gemini, you had this situation with the Leo that led to an ending. If it's an either zodiac sign, and this could just be any fire sign too, by the way, but it could just be tying the two energies together. It might even be laying out a timeline for you, saying that between the time of Gemini, which just ended, and then the time of Leo, maybe that's where a lot of this is going to take place, and we are in the time of Cancer now, so that would certainly make sense in that regard. But yeah, what I'm feeling though is for a lot of you, you might have been dealing with a fire sign, and maybe that relationship came to an end very recently. And as for why that may be the case, in the position of the past, you have the Seven of Swords and you have the Ace of Swords. So the thing that jumps out to me right away is there was some kind of deception and someone found out about it. Now, whether it was you that was being deceptive or the other person, it could go either way. But this is definitely a card I perceive as a card referring to deception. This is actually a card of Aquarius as well, the last 10 degrees of Aquarius. So if you have any placements there in your chart, that might be pointing to that. But yeah, with the Ace of Swords here, that's definitely the message that jumps out to me the most, is that there was some kind of deception. Someone found out about it. Whether someone told you about it or told the other person about it, somehow it was found out. Which naturally could explain why the ending was communicated. That certainly makes sense. In the present position, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this could just be saying that you're focusing on work, you're working on building something stable. So let's say if maybe the relationship didn't end, let's say if it was a relationship, maybe you're working to rebuild it, attempting to rebuild it. Or maybe due to this, now you're trying to focus on work again. That can happen. Sometimes you go through a breakup, you try to focus on other areas of your life to keep your mind off of it. If this is financial difficulty, then clearly that could be saying that that's why you're refocusing on work. But usually this is building something stable and something that you're happy with. So you have that going. In the near future, we have the Page of Pentacles. So if this is going back to financial, it could even be that maybe, let's say, you lost a job. Maybe that was the communication, and that's why you're feeling the Five of Pentacles financial strain. Maybe this is saying that you'll receive some kind of an offer, maybe a new job offer, for example. Usually it's some kind of communication. Or it could be maybe whatever rough patch you did go through in a relationship, if it's not over, someone presents you with something practical, or maybe you're the one doing that. And it could even be someone new that you're building something with. In the position of the present, or rather, this is your influence on the situation, I should say. And we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I'll show you an upright. Now, the Knights are normally seen as fast-moving energy, but as you could kind of see from the atmosphere of this card, this is definitely a slow-moving Knight. And then when you put that in reverse, even more so. So what I'm thinking that's saying here is maybe finances are slow for you right now. Maybe you're struggling a bit financially, especially with the Five of Pentacles there. Or maybe you're reluctant to put in work right now. Maybe you just have too many other things going on in your mind and you're having difficulty focusing on work. Or it could be that you're reluctant to accept this offer. Let's say if you did break up with someone and they come back around and say, hey, I just want to reconcile with you, because you do have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You might be reluctant to accept the offer, or you might be reluctant to extend the offer if you were the one who was being deceptive and you want to reconcile. Maybe you're just a bit hesitant to do so. But with the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, I also view that as I call it the being the bigger person card sometimes. If you look at the artwork, I kind of noticed the size difference between the two people, and then this one's offering the cup to the other person. So maybe that's the difficulty, is you are trying to reconcile with the person, and either you're reluctant to accept their offer if they're the ones making the offer, or you're reluctant to extend it. Now, the difficulty there, if that's the case, is in the position of the environment, we have the Three of Wands. So this card is often referred to as the waiting for your ships to come in card. You see the ships off in the distance there. This is technically an Aries card as well, between 10 and 20 degrees of Aries. So if this was a fire sign you're dealing with, it's also possible this was an Aries. But this is a mix of Mars and Leo energy, so could even be saying that the Leo you're dealing with, they're waiting for you to come back to them if there was a breakup. So looking at these two cards, it could be that both of you are waiting on the other to make a move and nothing is being done at this time. But with that card there, you're most likely going to have to be the one to make an offer if you were the one who was being deceptive and want to reconcile. And then with the Six of Cups there, that kind of points to that as well, saying that you should step forward, be the bigger person, and reconcile. All right, in the position of hopes or fears, we have the Moon. So it could be that you're fearing being deceived again if they were the one who did it. Maybe that's why you're reluctant. And again, this could even be a new person extending an offer to you, and because of the deception you went through in the past and feeling left out and cold, you're reluctant to accept the offer. You're fearing deception. Or the hope, there is going to be a new moon, partial solar eclipse in Cancer, which is your fifth house. So maybe you're hoping for a new start in relationships. That's certainly a possibility as well. And with that new moon in your fifth house, that might happen. In the outcome position, we have the Justice card. So usually, this is the major arcana card for Libra, by the way. So to me, This could be saying, though, that whatever did happen in the relationship or does happen going forward, it was fair karmically or whatever, however you want to look at it. This usually is balanced. So let's say the main issue here was you were feeling left out, or the other person was feeling that the other person wasn't giving them enough attention. This could be rebalancing the scales, basically. That could be what this is saying, that, okay, you guys have your communication, you reconcile. Whoever felt this way, they communicate that. They say, I don't feel like I'm getting enough attention, or you say that to them, and then you guys work through it. Between the Six of Cups there and justice and the outcome, that's certainly possible. If that's what you're looking for, then that's certainly a possibility. Or this could just be saying, if this was in the past, the person that's extending you an offer now, if it's a brand new person, this will make up for the bad relationship situation you had in the past. So it could go either way, depending on your situation. And financially as well, same thing there. If you're starting a new job, everything should be fair as far as how you're treated, so on and so forth. All right, let's take a look at the Oracle card you got. You got Treasure Island. This is from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. There's the artwork for it. Looks like a sea turtle with a treasure chest on its back. And the number is 9. So if that has any significance for you, that's the number. And we'll take a look at the messages from the book for this card. And we'll summarize everything in the reading after that. Alright, so it says essential meanings. The law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. So that's certainly a good thing. Like I said, if you're feeling this way, whether it's financial difficulty or whatever the case may be, you do see some signs there that you're trying to build back up as far as finances go. With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you might just, maybe it's just you feel that you're not getting the financial growth at the rate you would like. That's certainly a possibility. Let's look at some of the other messages. It says the Oracle's message. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. So that could be it too. Maybe the Page of Pentacles, you might not see it as a very significant offer, so you're reluctant to accept it. But this is saying, hey, just watch out, because it might not appear like a golden opportunity right away, but it actually could be. With that there, and then the Justice card, it's certainly possible that it could, going back to like how I said, everything would work out fair. So if you went to the workplace, things would balance out for you. So that's something to keep in mind. With the moon, you might just be feeling like, oh, I don't know if I should accept this offer. It doesn't seem that great. So that could be what this message is saying there. For those of you where this reading resonated more on a relationship level, we'll read that message next. It says, your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It says, if everything is in sync and everything is new again, romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. So as far as what that's saying, like we said, going back here, you actually have Venus is going to be transiting your seventh house, which is your house of relationships, um, starting around the time of that new moon partial solar eclipse in Cancer, actually, which is your fifth house. So both your fifth house and seventh house are going to get some really good transits going for them this month. So maybe that's what it's saying too. Maybe you went through this rough patch, you talk it out. Justice meaning that everything gets balanced in the end. The Six of Cups there. Maybe it just means you haven't been appreciating each other very much lately, but you reconnect now with those energies at play and you kind of work on stabilizing the relationship again. Like I said, just be cautious of the fact that these two cards, you being reluctant to extend an offer, them kind of waiting for it, neither of you might be taking action right now, which could be holding things up. But like it says there, that message is saying, hey, maybe you're not seeing the best in each other right now, but try to reconnect and see if you can rebuild the relationship if you feel so inclined. But like I said, it could also be you went through a past relationship breakup and now you're reluctant to accept a new offer. If that's the case, maybe you should give consideration to the new offer as well. And then for those of you where this resonated more as a financial reading, we have a prosperity message. It says at this time you can be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are all hitting the mark, and you're in a true manifestation period when you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity you planted in the past. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish as inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others too. Generosity and gratitude should lead you now. All right, so going back to that, like we said here, maybe you were feeling a strain financially, and now things are starting to pick up for you with these, especially that new moon in your fifth house. That could also mean a house of creativity as well. So maybe you're starting something new creatively and it's paying off. You just might feel because you were in this energy, you might feel reluctant to trust it, and you might not, you might still be very financially cautious. But this is saying if you're starting to feel the financial abundance, feel free to share it and trust that it'll keep coming forward for you. With the Justice card, that seems to point to that as well. Can't think of any other messages. Nothing else is coming to mind right now. So we'll wrap up there, and I'll talk to you all next month. Bye.